Hey there, I'm Laura Ivy Blessing with the Blessed Life Group at Keller Williams, and if you're watching this, you're probably thinking about buying a home or maybe even getting ready to tour one. First off, I'm so excited to walk this journey with you. I wanted to take just a few minutes to break down some of the important documents we will need signed before we start touring home. Let's start with the Buyer Representation Agreement. This is one of the most important documents we'll sign together. What this agreement says is that you're hiring me and my team to represent you, the buyer, in this real estate journey. It makes our relationship official and gives me the green light to go to work for you, helping you find the right home, negotiate on your behalf, and guide you all the way through closing. By law, I need to have this document signed to be able to show you a home. Now here's what's inside the agreement in plain English. 1. Exclusive representation. This means we're in this together. You agree to work with me exclusively during our agreement term, and I agree to use my best efforts to help you acquire a home in the market area we define. 2. What area does it cover? We define a market area in the agreement. For example, it could be Greater Austin or Williamson and Travis counties, depending on where you're shopping. This just sets the stage for where I'll be searching and representing you. 3. When does it start and end? The agreement has a start and end date. I usually set it up for a few months to give us enough time to find the right home. If you ever want to change that or pause, we just talk. This is a relationship, not a trap. 4. How do I get paid? Here's the big one: my professional fee. In most markets, I am able to negotiate the seller or listing broker paying my fee. This document also explains what happens if the seller doesn't offer enough or if you're buying off-market. If there's ever a gap, we'll talk about it up front so you're never surprised. Here's the legal disclaimer I must present with any discussion about compensation. Broker compensation, or the sharing of compensation between brokers, is not set by law, nor fixed, controlled, recommended, or suggested by the National Association of Realtors, MLS, or any listing service. Broker compensation is fully negotiable. Brokers independently determine their fees. The worst-case scenario here is if I cannot negotiate the seller paying compensation, you may owe it to me at closing. Thankfully, we are good at this job, and we have been able to work this out with buyers and sellers successfully for more than 600 transactions. We will make sure you are clear and approve what compensation is being paid, what and by whom in every situation. 5. Intermediary status. Sometimes the home you fall in love with might be listed by another Keller Williams agent, or even my team. In that case, Texas law allows for what's called an intermediary relationship. If that happens, we disclose it fully and either appoint another agent to represent each side or I act as a neutral party. The goal is to keep everything fair, ethical, and transparent. 6. Protection period. If the agreement ends and you go under contract shortly after on a home I showed you, the protection period ensures I'm still compensated for the work I did. This is standard and ensures agents are protected when they've invested time and effort helping a client. 7. Wire fraud, surveillance, legal stuff. It also reminds you to never wire money without verifying first that homes may have cameras when we're touring and that I'm not a lawyer or inspector, so if something looks off, I'll point it out and we'll bring in an expert. The big takeaway? This agreement protects both of us. It gives me permission to fight for your best deal. And it gives you the confidence of knowing you've got someone skilled and experienced walking beside you every step of the way. 2. General information for buyers and sellers. This is a long one, but don't worry, it's packed with helpful info. It covers things like inspections, soil conditions, flood zones, property taxes, school boundaries, and more. The goal is to help you make an informed decision and know what to look for when you're buying a home in Texas. 3. Information about brokerage services, IABS. This is required by the state and explains how agency works. It's like a disclosure form showing that I represent you as the buyer, not the seller. Transparency is key in everything we do. 4. Consumer Protection Notice. Another required notice that shares how the Texas Real Estate Commission protects you as a consumer. It covers how to file a complaint and where to get more info about licensing. 5. Wire fraud warning. Wire fraud is real, and criminals are getting sneaky. This form reminds you never to trust wiring instructions you get over email unless you've verified them directly with a trusted contact, like me or our title rep. Always call before sending money. 6. Affiliated business disclosure. I'm part of Keller Williams, and KW has relationships with some title companies and lenders. This form just discloses those relationships. You're never required to use anyone we suggest. You can shop around and choose who you're most comfortable with. Each of these forms is meant to protect you and give you a clear understanding of how we work and what to expect. I'll go through everything with you step by step when we meet, but I wanted to give you this overview so you feel empowered and prepared. If you ever have a question, even a tiny one, please ask. No question is too small when you're making one of the biggest purchases of your life. Let's go find you the perfect place to call home.